Jackson Anderson and the Den on Wheels, and this is game night.
Getting us ready for another Game Night Live. Last night, these guys etched their names into the history books of high school football in Utah. Tonight, they're in studio with us. Number 1 versus number 2 right here. An overtime thriller, gutsy decision that would decide the outcome. And the scoreboard in this matchup, whew, it blew a fuse trying to keep up with all that scoring. State records broken all over the place. Saddle up, Game Night Live, beginning right now.
A KSL Sports Beat presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Presented by SportsMedUtah.com.
All right, Hail Mary time for Roy, trailing Fremont 12-7. Final play of the game. Royals, Tyler Skidmore chucking it up. Justin Weaver's there. He hauls it in. 45-yard touchdown on the final play to beat Fremont right there, 13-12. This is just one of the crazy, life-changing moments that took place across the state last night. Hi there, everybody, and welcome to Game Night Live, presented by SportsMedUtah.com. Week 3, high school football in Utah will go down as one of the wildest, wackiest nights in a long, long time. It'll also be remembered as the night the record changed, maybe forever, and that's where we start. Duchesne Eagles have dominated 1A the last 3 years, back-to-back-to-back state titles. During that time, they have not lost a single game. Their last loss, August 27th, 2010. That's a total of 36 straight wins, tying them with Timview for the longest winning streak in state history. Well, last night, they had a chance to move atop that list of most consecutive wins. Dave Noriega in Price with the Carbon Dinos.
We're the Duchesne Eagles, and you're watching Game Night Live.
We get better, better. We get better, better. Go get BB. Go get BB. Whoa, BB. Whoa, BB. Carbon on 3. 1, 2, 3, Carbon.
Duchesne has big playmakers. Braxton Spencer hauls in the 20-yard toss from Trent Roberts for the first score of the game. Then Roberts shows off his arm again. Play action. He finds Matt Muir streaking down the sideline, wide open and all alone. Muir goes 62 yards to put the Eagles up 21-0. In the second quarter, Muir strikes again. 43-yard punt return would set up the 4th touchdown of the first half. Duchesne scored all 35 points in the first half and shut out the Dinos to clinch the consecutive wins record with 37.
I mean, it's not only this team. It started 4 years ago. It's not only us. A lot of hard work from years past. So we put all we got into it, and we take it from what we got year to year.
Who's out? Eagles out! Who's out? Eagles out! Who's out? Eagles out!
To know that all that hard work for all 4 years paid off, and to know that we did it for everybody that's played for the Duchesne Eagles.
It's an honor to be their coach, and we're proud of every team that's been here before. You know, we're 3-0. These guys haven't won 37 in a row, and they're a level-headed group of guys. I mean, their ultimate goal is to win state.
All right, now just a little bit later, those Duchesne Eagles will join us in studio to talk about their big night and their record. All right, our Game Night Live crew headed back to Tooele County yesterday for number 1 versus number 2. Manti, two-time defending state champion, 2A, making the jump up to 3A this year and ranked number 1 in our KSL Coaches Poll. At Grantsville Cowboys ranked number 2. We had this game live on KSL.com last night, and the game, you betcha, it lived up to the hype and a lot more.
Grantsville's defense provided the first quarter fireworks.
Here comes Ace. Here comes the pressure. Ball is on the ground. It's picked up by Grantsville. Touchdown, Wyatt Barris.
Wyatt Smith's sack. Wyatt Barris' touchdown. 7-0 Cowboys. After a block punt, Nephi Mayono to Kai Fisher, and the Cowboys were in complete control of this thing, up 13-0.
When you were up 13-0, did you think, okay, we got this game?
No, I asked my dad for a blessing to give me no doubt in the game, and I've had no doubt the whole game.
Ace turns. He's going to throw.
Then Old Mo would switch in a hurry. Manti's Connor Ace.
Touchdown!
To Bradley Sago with 2 touchdowns in a 2-minute span to give the Templars the lead.
He's going to score a touchdown. Bradley Sago. Then on the final play of the first half,
Ace is going to go to the end zone in a Hail Mary.
ace to Jared Sheese.
Touchdown!
Manti with 20 straight in the second quarter to take a 7-point lead at the half. Now, 2.5 minutes left in the fourth. Grantsville still down a touchdown.
He cuts it up. He's got the first down. Levi Miono's got a touchdown. Touchdown, Grantsville. They're an extra point away from tying this up.
Amazing.
So we head to overtime. Cowboys get it first.
Miono to the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Levi Miono. And Grantsville has the lead here in overtime.
So it's Manti's turn now. On 4th and goal from the 2, Cameron Fowles takes it in. But instead of kicking the extra point to tie, Coach Cole Meekum, gutsy call here to go for 2 and the win.
Cameron Fowles, stop! No, he keeps going. Cameron Fowles is brought down. The game is over. The game is over. What a finish. And Grantsville knocks off number 1 Manti on the final play in overtime.
Oh, yeah, that's what football is all about right there. I love these kind of games. This is what I play it for. This is all I play. I can't give it up for enough about this team right here. I wouldn't trade them up for anything.
What a gutsy chance by the Manti Templars. And it's celebration time for the Grantsville Cowboys.
We knew they'd been keep going to that one side, so we kind of keyed on that a little bit, and they did. And luckily, someone broke through there and made a play for us.
Number 1 versus number 2, and the Grantsville Cowboys come away with the game of the week.
I got the last play, and I grabbed this jersey, and it felt it pop, but, you know, totally worth it. Number 1, baby, number 1!
Woo! What a game!
What a game indeed. All right, we will have more broadcasts on KSL.com every Friday night. All right, now we move on to something that we have been waiting for a year. Last year, the Jordan East matchup never got finished. Now, they were 2 of the top teams back then. They had to end their game in the third quarter because of electrical fire. East was leading by 1, but it didn't count as a win or a loss for either team. Last night, the rematch at Jordan. The scoreboard operator needs a vacation after this one. Yes, he does. East lit up its first 2 opponents, and Jordan comes in 1-1. Their loss coming to a California school. Leopards open up the barrage right here. Ula Tulatau. Looks like he stopped, but then he's not stopped. 92 yards. It was 7-0 East. Tulatau, 287 yards rushing in the first half. Now 10-0. Jordan would get on the board. Austin Kafensis, he'll take it 51 yards. That cuts the lead to 3. Kafensis with 198 yards rushing in the first half. After another Tulatau touchdown on the kick, there comes Taylor Johnson, pretty much got his way on that one. That's a touchdown off the kickoff return. Jordan now leads by 3. First play of the second quarter. Yeah, we're just getting into the second quarter. East already has 310 yards rushing. Add 72 more here thanks to that guy, Preston Curtis. East back on top, 24-20 in the second quarter. That's when East would start to take care of business. Kafensis loses the football. Matt Webb takes it away. 20-yard touchdown. And then after a Jordan field goal, Tulatau will do it again. 35 yards this time. Leopards piling up the rushing miles in the first half. Yeah, I said miles, not yards. Here comes Curtis once again. Another big chunk. Well, Kafensis had some trouble there in the second quarter, that interception. And then it's Valles touchdown. Let me tell you some of the numbers here. East ended up with 784 yards of total offense. That's second best in state history behind Beavers' 833 in 1964. The Leopards' 637 rushing yards is a state record. Tulatau, nearly half of those. He had 312 for the night.
Glad he's on my side. He's a special kid all the way around. Special human being, special football player. Wisconsin's getting a heck of a player.
All right, when we come back, it's the Basin Bowl. 4A defending champs looking to rebound, and the Duchesne Eagles join us in studio. And it's one of the longest rivalries in the state. The Golden Spike on the line in Brigham City. That's all coming up when Game Night Live comes back. Hi, welcome back to Game Night Live. Week 3 of the high school football season gave us a number of matchups that could be classified as our game of the week. You've seen some of those already. Now it's time for another showdown. Jeremiah Jensen was in Cache Valley last night with Logan and Bountiful.
It's time to put on the helmet for this week's Game of the Week. Brought to you by Gutter Helmet.
Oh, we've been waiting all week for this, really, since last year when we lost to them. Just use those games as motivation.
We take this game very seriously.
We'll be ready.
Bountiful and Logan have played each other 9 times since 2002. We expected another great battle from these teams, and we got it. But it wasn't on the offensive end of the field. It was all about defense. Logan would score on their first drive. Chase Nelson letting it fly right into the hands of Cade Watterson. It's a 43-yard touchdown, the only touchdown of the game. The story of this game was defense. Bountiful's Tanner Redding picks off Chase Nelson. His touchdown return called back due to a penalty. The Braves trying to score in the red zone on 4th down, but Taylor Compton steps up with a big play. Now to the third quarter, Logan up 7-3. Bountiful opens the half with a long drive all the way down to the 2-yard line where Logan forces a fumble. Bountiful's defense then steps up. Nelson on 4th down at the 2-yard line. He stopped short of the first down. The Braves take possession, but their offense couldn't capitalize. 4th quarter going for the big play. But Taylor Compton comes down with the interception for Logan. It set up a field goal and a 10-3 lead. That's all the points the defense would need. With a minute left, Logan clinches the game. Straight out of Compton. Taylor Compton with another interception. The second-ranked Grizzlies grind out a win over Bountiful to move to 3-0. So I thought we were going to see a bunch of touchdowns tonight. What happened?
That was a defensive battle for sure, man. Those are 2 great defenses that played tonight, and, you know, offensively we got to execute better, but credit to Bountiful, like I said. They're a heck of a team, and they played some pretty tough defense, but so did our guys.
Defense wins championships. I played on a defense for 2 years. I know that, man. It's kind of a defensive pride thing, you know. Offense gets all the glory. Defense wins championships.
In Logan, I'm Jeremiah Jensen for Game Night Live.
All right, just up the road through Sardine Canyon, Brigham City, 93rd meeting between Bear River and Box Elder. Battle for the Golden Spike. First quarter, Bear River's Jardine Essen looking and finding Cole Frank. 15-yard touchdown, but the Bees would answer right back. Riley Burt untouched for the 25-yard touchdown. Bees out to a 14-7 lead. They would keep rolling. Brecken Gunter. Shad Watson, that's a touch. Box Elder comes away with a spike for the 3rd straight year. 55-21 is your final. Alta taking on Timpview. First quarter we go. Chipper Lucero, Alta. Mac Richards, he walks in and stays inbounds. 71-yard touchdown, 7-3 Hawks. It was 14-3 Alta, but that lead would not last for very long. Britton Covey, 32 yards. And then with 1 minute left to go in the first half, Covey takes it again, 19 yards and a touch. Timpview scores 38 unanswered to take down Alta on the road, 41-28. Defending 3A champ Dixie making the trip north to 5A Riverton. Silverwolves up 15-0. Dixie cutting into that lead right there. Ammon Takau keeps for the touchdown, but it was all Riverton after that. Connor Henderson breaks loose. 30 yards, he's gone. Riverton wins it big, 57-24. Storm is blowing in at West High. Now, the only thunder, though, that we saw was from Desert Hills, Jordan Hokinson. 50-yard touchdown. Guard Brooks is smiling as the Thunder rolls 26-3. Elmo and the Cookie Monster among the fans at 2-0 Davis, Taylorsville and Kaysville. Warriors also 2-0. Best start since 2002. The Darts, Colton Chronister going deep. Abel Porter's there, 73-yard hookup. Chronister, 234 yards through the air. Parker, 121 yards receiving. Darts shut out the Warriors, 28-0. All right, here they are. Team 37 is what they're calling them. Last night, the Duchesne Eagles won their 37th straight ball game. That surpasses Timpview for the most consecutive wins in state history. We have a few of them here. Four of the captains: Trent Roberts, the quarterback; Matt Muir, the running back; Colin Moon over here, the lineman; and Dylan Despain, running back as well. Trent, let's start with you. Last night, what was it like to pick up 37 and etch your name into the record books?
Oh, I mean, it felt good. You know, all the hard work finally paid off, and, you know, it's good to do that for all the former players of the Duchesne Eagles.
Matt, what was the talk before? I know that Coach Cowan was saying that, hey, you guys got to kind of keep an even head about this thing. He was trying to kind of get your heads out of the clouds, wasn't he, a little bit?
You know, kind of. He just said game to game, just do what we do, come out, stay level-headed, don't get going too hard up there and keeping it up.
Now, Dylan, what was the pressure like leading up to this game, knowing that, you know, you don't want to be the team that loses out on this streak?
It was pretty good, but we, like Coach said, he said take it game by game, play by play, so we kind of just tried to look away from that and focused on what our game plan was and played as a team.
You know, Colin, on our Game Night Live last night, Jeff Lysick documented the pride that that small community you guys live in, Duchesne, the pride that they feel with this team and how they root you on. What was it like getting this whole community for the last 3 years? Just an unbelievable achievement.
It's been pretty good. You know, we've had a lot of support from the community. You know, like last night, I think we had more fans than Carbon did down there.
Now, you guys, you haven't lost. We're the seniors on this team, right? Raise your hand, seniors. Okay, now, you guys, the last time you guys lost was in 2010 when you were a freshman. So what's it like never to lose in high school?
It's pretty nice, you know, but it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of time in the weight room, and a lot of preparing.
So do you guys do all the talking, and then these guys back here just kind of, you know, have their arms folded behind their back and stuff?
Yes.
What's that?
That was a plan.
That was a plan. You want to get it? Hey, now Timpview, you know, they won 36 in a row, 2006 to 2009. Now, for a 1A school to do this, it doesn't matter what level you're at. That's quite an achievement. Do you guys realize what you guys have done?
You know, we try not to think about it too much, but as it kind of sets in, you don't realize it until it's there. It's like, wow, did that really happen? Has it really came over those 3 years?
Now, of course, you guys haven't won all 37 yourselves, Colin. Have you guys talked to those players that have gone on before you the last 3 years, and what have they told you about keeping this streak alive?
You know, they don't put too much pressure on us. They just come to our games and support us. And, you know, last year's seniors, they're all down at the games just texting us before the game and just really giving us good support.
And Dylan, what was that celebration like last night?
It was crazy. It was just like a state atmosphere, it felt like. Just everybody was there, all the previous players. It was awesome.
Okay, so now the question is, you have 37 in a row. Is there any chance of a letdown, Mr. Quarterback?
No, we'll see. We gotta put in work and just take it game to game and start on next week's game.
Now, we saw in the highlights at the top of the show that, I don't know who said it, it's now to win a state championship. That's the goal. Who was that said that? That was a coach that said that. So has he did he pound that into you guys, into your minds last night that, you know, we can't have a letdown and a lax?
You know, I don't think he expects much of a letdown from us. I mean, we're always going to give it our all out there. So you always hope for a state championship every year, but.
Okay, so you're from a small town, Duchesne. The community's all for you. Small town football at its finest. What's the reason that you guys have been so good for the last 3 years and won back-to-back titles?
I'd say Coach Cowan and just the coaching staff and the weight room, really. Just the dedication that he puts into the program, and it just makes us all want to better ourselves.
Okay, Dylan, when you woke up this morning, did it seem real that you guys had actually achieved number 37?
Yeah, it seemed pretty real. It was kind of weird just like thinking about last night, just like we actually did that last night for all the other players that played, and we've kept the streak going. It's kind of a legacy we got going here. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's surreal.
I mean, it was a big night around here. They had the Basin Bowl that you went to, a 50-long field goal to beat Union. So, and then you guys pick up 37. I mean, you just go down that road and everybody well, except for Union, but everybody celebrated tonight, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, we're not much for a celebratory team, but We kind of do what we do, and not much to do in good old Duchesne.
So basically, oh, come on now. There are a lot of great fishing holes there. I've been to a bunch of those, right? Pelican Lake? Huh? That's near you guys, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so if you're not a celebratory team, can we just have one celebration here? Yay? Yay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay?
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Finally. Congratulations, guys. That is an awesome achievement. All right, we'll be right back. Yay! Plenty of moments to choose from, but right now, here's some of the best in Friday Night Highlights.